Yeah.
Speaking of two Rikers, he said, segueing terribly. Let's play some D&D.
Absolutely.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Hi. Welcome to Desert Bus, and welcome to the fourth session of D&B. We decided to play this game because all of us are huge D&D nerds. You may have seen the intro. All of us love running games, and that is what we are doing and what we are up to. Today is my turn. I ran the session 0, and this is the session that I am running, that I am, of course, wildly prepared for. When last we left our intrepid heroes, they found themselves in a pod. It sort of looked like the inside of a wine barrel, but there was definitely some magic afoot. Some consoles made of a rich mahogany, dotted with crystals that ostensibly operated this thing. Perfectly round consoles and rich, beautiful seats that you could strap yourself into. Leather straps bolted to the wall, seats of the softest cushion, and beautiful, beautiful, rich, red velvet. You can see through the side of the vehicle, pod that you were in, as the wood of the wall faded in and out of existence. And you found yourself hurtling towards a world that looked broken, shattered almost. 2 layers of clouds with floating islands looking so much like puzzle pieces from a distance. But you get closer and closer, and the pressures upon you caused you to lose consciousness. Now, everybody just take a long rest, and we're going to start this with a point of inspiration. We're just going to start right off the bat. And if all of you could, just for those that might be turning in, could you introduce your character and say a little bit about what they look like? Kathleen, would you be so kind as to go first?
Sure. I'm playing Beppis. He's a teenage Loxodon, and he is not very cool or interesting, and he does not have a lot of confidence, but he has a hammer, he has an innate desire to be helpful, and he has, is surprisingly into the idea of going on an adventure. He likes he is very scared, but at the same time, it's extremely exciting.
Excellent. Erica.
I'm playing Waywocket Horcus Porcus. Her friends call her Wocket. And she's a gnome wizard. She's young. She wears a giant, oversized cable knit sweater, and she's very excited to meet everybody.
Marvelous.
I'm playing Isaac, who is a tiefling rogue. Isaac is a bit of an... he's a bit of a dork, I honestly think. He's an arcane trickster, but trickster implies a certain level of planning and agency and malevolence, none of which he possesses.
Sort of fell into the profession.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Kind of a deep nerd, I want to say.
Got it. All right. I guess I'm an adventurer because there's nothing else I'd be good at.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
And the your worlds of origin?
Isaac is from a plane called Aten.
Aten?
Yes.
Lovely.
Wocket is from Waterdeep.
Waterdeep in the Forgotten Realms?
Yes.
Faerun?
And Beppis is from Ravnica.
And they are joined by their companion Boom, who is an aging gnome with a 2 very short sideburns, graying at the temples, and bald absolutely everywhere else, with a very long, sharp, graying salt and pepper beard, covered in plate mail that the helmet folds in from the seam with the visage of an ogre. So far, he hasn't actually had to use the helmet, but it comes on and off, a lot like an action figure. And at each of the joints, there are blue crystals charged and that crackle slowly with the blue electricity, and a cloak, weathered, dusty, and broken around him, and a backpack filled with all sorts of items and accoutrements. Now, from the DM to my players, as this is surely our last session. It's not. What kind of a story would you like today? Would you like to sit and perhaps talk about your characters and be challenged in a way that requires conversation, intellect, and charm? Or would you like to be thrown somewhere a little more exciting and physically challenging? I have 2, probably 3, 4 if I need to, ideas for all of you.
Oh.
I feel like exploring character a little bit and conversing and
Yeah.
talking.
Me too.
I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you pass me my
Fantastic.
sweater there real quick.
Your what
it's on
now?
the arm of the chair.
Yes, this, here.
Thank you.
The
Sorry.
warm thing.
Yeah.
I was like, what of these are yours that I may return to you? Okay. So, a little more conversation, a little less, what's the lyric?
A little less crush my body.
Yes, that famous song by the Pretenders, I think. Very well. The conveyance comes to an abrupt stop, and that is what wakes you up.
Ow!
Thump.
I just imagine Walker just like rolling off of a chair onto the ground.
Yes.
Thunk.
For those of you that are conversed in magic, that know how to use magic, normally it's like this background thing that you can't feel, but now it's as if you had walked into an area almost of lightly charged ozone. There's a background texture to the magic here that you don't normally find. Sometimes it fades, sometimes it comes on stronger. It doesn't feel steady.
Is it like a breeze?
Almost, but as if somebody had rubbed 2 pieces of wool together and sometimes waves it over your arm, and you can feel some of it on some parts and some on others. It doesn't feel unstable, because you are familiar with wild magic fields and things. It just doesn't feel even.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's very weird. Where are... Do you know where we are, Beppis?
You can no longer see outside of the conveyance that you find
Oh.
yourself in.
Is there a hatch?
Not that you can see, but you did see the wall do some funny things whilst you were hurtling through
Right.
somewhere.
Is there like a control panel or anything like
Yes,
that?
there are. Yep,
Yeah.
there are control panels actually at like, if you look, imagine it like 4 cardinal directions. It's like control panel, 2 seats, control panel, 2 seats, control panel.
Okay.
Yes. The seats can fit 3, and they have leather straps connected to the wall.
Okay.
Yes.
Beppis is going to unclick his seatbelt.
Yeah.
Yes, the only one that strapped themselves in. Very good.
Yes.
Yep. Everybody else is on the floor.
Yeah. And he's going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And what do I see? Anything?
Yes.
Do I see all the sparkles?
How do you cast Detect Magic? What is your relationship to your magic?
My relationship to my magic is that I have, we'll say, law magic that comes from the
Okay.
order of all things
Ah.
and bureaucracy and keeping things neat and organized. Because if you have a civilization as big and messy and chaotic as Ravnica,
Yes.
you have to have it organized for, a base level of livability.
So faith in rules.
Rules.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And an understanding of those rules allows those that understand the rules to use them to then figure out the rest of the rules.
Yeah,
Excellent.
exactly. The rules become clear because the rules are all logical and in everyone's best interest.
Excellent.
That's what
The
15-year-old Beppis thinks.
That's very good. Does anybody have any magic items on them?
No.
No?
Negatory.
All right. The entire conveyance reveals itself to be quite magical.
Bah! It's too
Yes.
bright.
Yeah.
Ah, I don't know what I thought would happen.
Yeah. It's not. It doesn't hurt or anything, but it's strong. Yes.
Detect magic. Yes.
Yes. And you kind of see some of the almost magic that's passing through the walls.
That's what I'm looking for.
Normally when you cast Detect Magic, you can't detect just ambient magic that's around. It's just a part of everything. Here you can. It is almost a fuchsia color, and you can see it as a light static in some places and a thicker static in others, and it ebbs and waves. Some of it seems to have an edge, as if it radiates from certain places. And where it doesn't radiate from certain places, where it is not, it is weaker. Still usable, but weaker.
Wow. Cool. Is there any, like, place that seems to be coming from outside our conveyance, since we can't see outside of it?
Yes, indeed. So if you're imagining it as the cardinal directions, east.
All right.
East seems to be where the greatest concentration of this magic is. It feels like somebody has tied the ambient magic in thousands of small knots. Collected it almost.
Neat. Can I get out of our craft and pop my head out and sort of look at the distance? and see
Yeah,
what I see?
the second you start walking east, the conveyance itself, two of the slats just slide out of the way, sort of, like in cartoons where you move the bars aside. It does that.
Oh.
Okay.
Perfectly flexible
Oh.
and unsettlingly organic,
Oh.
yet still looking like a rich mahogany.
Huh.
Neat. I'm gonna go outside.
Yep.
Excellent.
I follow.
Yep.
Outside, you are greeted with almost some of the fields that you've seen on Ravnica. The name of your plane again, please?
Etten.
Etten. Some of the fields in Etten where the ruins do not lie, that you can see during a beautiful day. It is a gorgeous day. A little windy, cold. There is a path before you that leads to a wonderful, wonderful looking castle. Like in a near quintessential castle. Buttresses, turrets, stretching off into the sky. At least the sky that's up. Because about 500 feet to either side of you, you can definitely see that there is more sky down. There are clouds above and clouds below.
Oh.
And you find yourself on a fairly significant chunk of land that seems to be somewhere in the sky of whatever this world is.
Can I walk over to the edge and take a peek very carefully?
You absolutely can.
All right, Beppis is gonna walk as close as he dares to the edge, which I'm gonna say is like 50 feet.
Yep.
And then because he's tall, and he's gonna get down, and he's from Ravnica, so he's used to tall things. He's
Yep.
not like, but he's also cautious, and he's going to basically very, very slowly tiptoe, crawl on his belly all the way over the edge, and then he's gonna reach his trunk over and sort of tap, 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 see what he can see underneath. Is it just ground underneath, like crumbly dirt?
Yes, to sides. It looks almost like, and it's worn and almost polished. It's not fresh. It feels like, roll a nature check for me, please.
Sure.
Anybody can do this. If I call for a check for one character, anybody can roll the support.
All right, one sec. What's my...
DC will be 12
Passed.
All right.
With a 19.
with a 19. Okay. 12 will get you basic information. Every 5 above that will get you more.
Well,
I got a 6.
I got an 11.
6? It's floating. Woo! Boys, it's floating.
I bet it's magic.
Yeah. You got an 11?
That was 11.
It is age indeterminate, but it is smooth. Not polished, but smooth. Yes. With a 19?
Correct.
It feels like a god has lifted up a chunk of land and held it in the sky for 10,000 years. Everything that would have fallen away has already fallen away or drifted.
I formulate that thought and immediately pull myself back over the edge and sit down,
Yeah.
lie down.
Yes. Something put this here, or it ended up here, or stopped here. You don't know.
Or is this so high that vertigo doesn't even kick in?
Correct, because
Okay.
you can't see.
There's no context.
Correct. There is no context. When you look down, all you see is, you can see some clouds, like regularly drifting by, normal blue sky, clouds above, and some clouds drifting below. But you see a thick royal of clouds you cannot determine how far away down.
Oh. Like a stormy sea almost.
Almost, yes. Yep. Looking at it for too long makes you uncomfortable.
Is there lightning in the clouds?
No. Nope. They're not black. They are white, grayish.
But they're
Yes.
just going, eh?
Yep. Yes. Yes. Like mist is getting it on with a bunch of other mist.
All right.
All right.
Yes. But there is but one path leading ostensibly uphill to a castle surrounded by what seems to be a fairly bustling village. Now that you're looking, you can see smaller chunks of land floating away from the village where rope bridges are tethered to. Fairly large rope bridges. And as you stare, you can see beasts of burden dragging wheelless carts across them.
So, this is a place where people live and work, and they don't seem terribly bothered by that.
Correct.
I think we should approach the village and try to learn what's going on. Figure out where we are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes. Boom is having a hard time moving his armor here. Sometimes it works great, and sometimes it just slows to a crawl.
Boom. Boom, what's up?
Things are a little weird here. Yeah. Yes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. That's all right. Happens all the time.
Do you want to take it off?
Never.
Do you want to ride?
Desperately.
How heavy is Boom?
Boom with the plate mail is usually about 35 pounds in the player's guide, and Boom is like another 20.
Oh my gosh.
You will not hit encumbrance.
Oh.
You can lift Boom
Beppis
and all of his stuff.
Beppis is very strong. Beppis
Yeah.
is going to pick Boom up, and he is going to put him on his shoulders.
What's your strength?
My strength is... Sorry, one sec. 15.
Yeah, and you came with nothing already?
Yeah, I had like
yeah,
an
you're
overnight
fine.
bag.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, you're just like, woo, it's a piggyback ride. Congratulations, you're now a turret.
I'm helping finally.
It's like, this is what it's like. Oh, there's nothing down there. Ugh.
I guess
Oh,
we
it's
should.
not nice.
Maybe somebody at that. Maybe somebody at that castle knows where we can go.
You actually see a carriage coming down the lane,
Oh.
like towards you from the village. And when I say down the lane, I mean you've got visibility for like miles.
Right,
Yeah.
there's no horizon.
Correct.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is kilometers and kilometers.
Okay.
And I'm also giving you some distance. Like when I say down the lane, there's one road that leads to the village and to this dock behind you. And you look behind you, and it does indeed look like a wine barrel, almost in the shape of a hedron, with a gold shaped cone on top, and two brass handles, and there is a dragon sleeping on top of it that has held the two handles.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Ah.
It's just sleeping.
What kind of dragon?
It is a gold dragon.
Ooh.
Yes.
I guess we let it nap.
oh.
Looks real kind of orangish yellow. Yeah. If you were familiar with such things, similar color to a bus.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's see.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
I guess we got. I don't want to wake up the dragon to take us somewhere else.
Yeah, and you
so-
can't see, like, it is sealed. You approach it, it does not let you back in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Beppis is quietly agog at the dragon and makes a note.
It's not big.
It's don't see many dragons on Ravnica.
Very true.
Yeah,
Just the
it's
one,
still a
really.
dragon.
Yeah. Excellent. So you start heading up the lane. You see what looks like wyverns pulling a pumpkin
Well, that's not something you see every day.
at a distance.
Okay.
Yes, the carriage that approaches you. You start walking. Again, it is fairly breezy here. There's no risk of getting blown off or anything like that. But it's just part of whatever this is.
Yeah.
As you start looking around, you can see incredibly far away small specks that look like other places, and possibly perception checks.
Oops. That was cocked.
21.
21, very good.
I got a 12.
Cocked. It's a problem with rolling onto a crooked thing. Ooh, 16.
Oh, 16. Lovely. Excellent. All right, who got 15 or above? 15 or above? 15 or above? Okay. Wocket, why is Wocket distracted?
She's just looking around at everything. She's just trying to take it all in. Like she's not focusing on any one thing. It's just like her head's all over the place. And it's like, there's something over there. Wonder what's on those bridges. Why is that carriage a pumpkin? Is the carriage always a pumpkin? Is that weird? Is it normal here that the carriage is a pumpkin? What is that? Why does it have
Good. Excellent. And you see what look like maybe big birds, boats, something like that in the distance, maybe? Yeah. You are familiar with, on your plane, airships or airplanes exist?
Not so much.
Airships exist on
Oh,
Ravnica,
then
though.
you're just like, those are airships.
Holy dang, airships. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, actually. Let's say they do.
Okay. Any
Yeah.
airplane, any aerial conveyance?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Then you see what is probably some of those in the distance. Yes.
Can Beppis, in the language of teenage nerd boys everywhere, lean over to Isaac and be like, I think that's Nazoria Senate AR-32B's Mega Zeppelin or something like that.
You get closer, you see that the...
That rock's flying.
You see that the pumpkin isn't a pumpkin. It is merely a round, pumpkin-shaped carriage kind of thing. Like you have seen styles of on all of your worlds, except it doesn't have any wheels, and the wyverns are flying at about the speed of a horse trot, fairly slowly. Weirdly, these wyverns have 4 wings. You see some of them have little, almost crystalline protrusions that are sticking out of various parts of their body. Doesn't seem to be hurting them at all, but you're wondering how they can fly at a horse trot. And as they get closer, you feel the magic kind of get a little bit denser. Yeah. Yes.
No, nothing.
The carriage pulls up beside you with a beautiful, beautiful filigree coat of arms on the side, with a mailed fist that is doing this, and it has a giant D in the middle, or what you perceive to be a giant D in the middle. The door flies open, and a very large man steps out. Human. I would say nearly porcine. Very large. A man who looks incredibly jolly, and definitely, based on all of the broken capillaries in his nose, enjoys his drink. Fading black hair in a horseshoe. Very Falstaff-esque, if you're familiar with Falstaff from Shakespeare. Hello, travelers, yes, yes, yes. And he thunks a cane with one of those pink crystals on the top. Yes, yes, welcome. Welcome here. You've come from very far away, it seems.
Hi, I'm Waywocket.
Hello, Reginald.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Where are we?
Oh,
That thing brought us here, and we don't know how we got here.
this happens sometimes. You are in the dukedom of Regidonia.
Ooh! Are you the Duke?
I am indeed.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, yes, they call me the Duke of Detritus, and I'm very proud of it. And you are here, so let us go to my home and make you rather comfortable. I'd like to get to know my new citizens.
Newt?
No, new.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Boom leans down and whispers in your ear. No, I don't. No, this guy's a grifter. All right. Well, please. And then you hear, ah! And the gold dragon wakes up and flies away, holding on to the 2 rings, and flies the conveyance off as you get into another conveyance. Perhaps it flies away out of jealousy.
Goodbye, I'm Waywocket.
Very good. So yes, you enter this carriage, which is sumptuously appointed with what sort of food and drink do you think you would find here?
Oh,
Rich red wines, very
Yeah.
juicy and fruity, poured into like fancy goblets that are maybe studded with semi-precious stones.
Yes.
Yeah.
uh,
Not semi-precious stones here, per se, but let's say metal filigree.
Oh, okay.
Yes, beautiful metal filigree. Hard to dig on a floating island.
Right.
yeah, I'd imagine. I've read enough feasts described in fantasy novels, aka read enough fantasy novels,
Yes, indeed.
to imagine things like, oh, pastries and things called capons and
yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes.
trenchers.
Go ahead.
Grapes. Oh, there's got to
Yes.
be like a roast, like a roast partridge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, eggs.
Yes.
Probably lots and lots of eggs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah.
pickles.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the place is wildly well appointed, and he sits and beckons you to sit. Eat, please, 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 as we are conveyed up to my residence. Yes, Your names, one and all, please. Waywalk it. We have
Yes.
it locked in here forevermore.
Waywalker has grabbed a Danish like the size of her head and has started biting into it.
I enjoy your verve. And you,
Isaac.
Isaac.
Isaac grabs a. Oh, do we just go for the full turkey leg? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's studded with
Win in Rome.
cloves.
Yes. Good. Do it, my
Bite
son.
into a ham.
Yeah,
Excellent.
some kind of bone with meat on it,
Can
and the bone just comes away.
Yes.
So he's like, okay, grabs a handful.
Yep. Good. Gusto.
Can-
And you.
Beppis make a perception check? Because on the
Certainly.
way up here, Beppis was thinking, this is the only thing around here. This is, you can't see anything. Why does the castle need to be on a hill? You already have a completely unobstructed view. Why does it have to be so much higher than everything else? Remember, Beppis comes from a very communal place.
Yes, indeed.
And
That is an excellent observation.
And Beppis is going to think, when he said, tell me your name, get it locked in here. This is going to trigger something in Beppis's innate law-abiding, what is going on here, contract-minded sort of thing. So can Beppis make a perception check?
Absolutely. For what are you looking to find out?
And can he make a reading this dude check?
Oh, insight. That would be
Insight.
insight.
All right. Natural 20.
Whoa! Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice. For the purposes of this game, typically natural 20s on skill checks don't that's not like a critical success. For the purpose of this game and at this table, they 110% are.
All right.
What do you want to know? You can know anything. Ask your dungeon master any questions you'd like about this man.
All right, well, hold on. What does Beppis want to know about this man?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because,
Or is he placing us in danger?
yeah, is this some sort
Like-
of, like, Beppis is familiar with the art of a bad deal,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Extremely
Yeah.
familiar.
Yes.
And he needs to, and he's going to think, is this a bad deal? He said citizens. He's asking for our names. This is sort of, what's, I don't know, without being too specific about, like, what will this do to my character in the game? Like, what does
Sure.
Beppis get a read on? What is going on? Why is this so opulent?
Ah.
Not suspicion, just like maybe a little bit of suspicion. Just what is this and why is this happening?
Okay. You don't feel like you are in danger, but you do feel like you are on the other side of cutting a bank deal almost. You've seen these contracts take place, contract negotiations and things, and this definitely feels like the almost softening up of your potential business partner.
In Beppis' world, there's the sect called the Orzhov
Yes.
that basically trap you into bad deals for a lifetime.
Yes.
And then an afterlife.
And then an afterlife time, yes.
So Beppis
This
is
doesn't feel as nefarious as that, but this definitely feels in the same vein.
Beppis is going to not eat any of this food.
Okay.
He brought raisins in his bag.
Okay.
He's
Do you want to make a sleight of hand check to have this guy not notice that?
elephants aren't very stealthy.
Unless you don't even want to. You just want to be like, I'm good.
No,
Raisins.
Beppis is just not going to eat anything.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
He's worked
Yes.
food service job before. He can just not eat for a while.
Yeah, Boone sees you not eat and then doesn't ask you to grab him anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do I notice Beppis not eating?
Yeah, I want to,
presumably.
if you want to, yes, 100%.
Uh,
We only have an hour. We don't need to make
yeah,
rolls for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Isaac probably slows his chew a bit
Okay.
when he notices Beppis not
Okay.
eating.
It is rich and succulent. It is.
Isaac hasn't eaten in a long time.
It's perfectly made. And
Yeah.
oddly still warm.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Waywocket probably notices Beppis not going for anything, but thinks that's just Beppis being nervous.
Okay. And your name, my large friend.
My name.
Yes.
I come from a long line of the Andros family.
Ah! I've never heard of them. And you? Looks up at Boom, and Boom just hands over one of his cards, and he goes, Boom! I like it. I'll keep this. And then he puts it into a pocket that's not there, and the card flitters to the floor. So, what brings you here? Nobody ends up in my dukedom without having a reason. What's yours? What are you
Well,
looking for? And then he leans forward very intently, hands on top of a brass cane tipped with a fuchsia-colored crystal.
well, we were running away from a giant six-legged lady whose spaceship was on fire. And before that, we were in a haunted mansion that was haunted by some 18-year-old guy pretending to be his undead granddad.
A spaceship is what?
Imagine a ship that flies through the air, except it keeps going until there isn't air anymore.
Interesting.
I know, it took me a bit too.
Ah,
And then before that,
yes.
we woke up in a room where Isaac was trapped in a closet, and we had to go into a greenhouse and kill a giant dead thing that was on the roof and stopping the sun from getting in so it could power the trees
I see.
to open the door that Isaac was behind.
I
Interesting.
never thanked you for that, by the way. I really appreciate all of that.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad.
And before that, you were where?
I was on my way home.
I see.
I was in the primordial space that existed before I rolled my character. There was a fuchsia light and a hum.
That does tend to happen. Yes. And you?
I was gonna go do some shopping, run some errands, that kind of thing.
And you? Running from the cops? What is a cop? Guards? Ah, yes. I was that way in my youth. So how did you end up here? What is it that you seek?
To be perfectly honest with you, we have arrived here due to seeming random happenstance. Consider us travelers, wanderers,
Yes.
explorers.
Yes.
Angels to some, demons to others. No, wait, I don't say that last part.
Okay. Probably smart. Yeah.
Yeah, just passing through, Beppis adds optimistically.
Well, passing through. It seems as though your conveyance is left.
What?
It seems that you would need to stay to find what you were looking for.
Yes. Yeah, we, Is that normal around here? A dragon carrying a conical wine barrel?
Occasionally, yes.
Oh,
It truly depends on which land you hail from, but yes, any means necessary to get from one place to the next. As you can see, there's a lot of ground to cover. Who have you helped in each of these places? Surely you have. You seem the adventure type.
Well, in the first place, we just kind of helped Isaac.
Ah,
And then in the second place, we kind of helped an orphanage. And then in the third place, we were kind of just staying out of the way.
although we did de facto help a radical environmentalist movement reclaim
Yeah,
some
yeah,
protect an
I
endangered
guess.
species.
Yeah.
They asked me to reorganize some files, and I think I did a good job.
Ah, the industrious sort.
He is. He's very good with papers.
Ah, we have use for somebody like you.
Oh, I already have a job.
Ah, how much do they pay?
Oh, all the apples I can eat.
I bet you I could make you a better offer.
Well, I don't even like apples that much.
I definitely could make you a better offer. And you? And Boom goes, I'm just kind of having a good time.
What do you want?
I want to know what you want. Nobody ends up here without having a strong desire to help. And often, when they find what they want, they don't go anywhere.
Help?
Because they don't need to.
Help who exactly?
I don't know, themselves, others, children, radical environmentalist movements. I'm asking what it is you seek so that I may help you find it.
I just want to go home.
Ah, home.
Home.
Is that truly what you wish?
Yeah, oh no. Oh, yeah,
It seems to me that
oh.
there are worlds to explore, and you seem to me a curious type. And you, Beppis.
Loxodons have thumbs, so he's been doing this the whole time. Yes.
What is it you want? Do you too wish to go home?
Well, I think that's a big question to ask a 15-year-old, sir, with respect. I don't know what I want half the time.
Well, I think it would be the only question to ask a 15-year-old on their own.
I want to be a fantasy author!
What's a fantasy?
It's where you have magical world. It's where you have worlds where there's no magic and there's no, and everybody has to do things by hard labor. And they do things called math.
Oh, weird. Oh, cool.
There are definitely lands like that here. We could take you to them. If you wish. And you.
I want to do what I want to learn how to avoid the pitfalls of the future by studying the catastrophes of the past.
I see. And so you too, and he flips his cane kind of onto his back and leans back a little bit. And you too want to go home, then?
Yes.
Where do you think you've been traveling to so far? Because people that end up here come from very far away.
We did just come from space, and my understanding is that is very far. We seem to just be jumping kind of at random. I haven't figured out what connects one place to the next yet. And the thing that takes us there is different every time. And I don't feel like I have a way of saying what I want because I don't know what's here, and I don't know if what I want is here because I don't know what I want, and so, oh no.
I see.
Who here requires assistance? If we're structuring our travels as ways that we've helped other people, then what has brought us here? Who here needs help?
Do you believe that you could help a world that has died and doesn't know it yet?
Yes.
Do you believe that you could help a world that doesn't know itself and what it's become?
Yes.
Do you believe that you could help structure things for people that are lost and wayward, to provide order to a life otherwise given to chaos.
Probably.
And would you be willing to give it all up? Boom is snoring. And would you be willing to give it all up in order to accomplish and do these things? For what if there was no way home? You realize that the conveyance is not really moving and hasn't, since you've got in it, at least you don't feel motion?
No. I don't want to give it all up.
I see.
I want to go home. I have friends there. My parents are there. All my stuff is there.
You could have new stuff.
I could, but I can't have new parents.
I see. And you?
Give it all up. All? Define all.
Where you came from. Never seeing it again.
My responsibility is to the cosmos that birthed me.
Would this not be part of that?
I don't know the answer to that.
How do you think you'd find it?
By going back home. No, by finding the way back home.
And how would you go about doing that? How would all of you go about doing that?
Need to learn more.
We need to figure out. There's something that comes and takes us away, and we need to figure out what it is that causes that.
I see. And you? Gray one?
I think Bethis, given his family background and his sort of the strength that has always been placed on seeing those around him help those in need, and obey the laws and do things for the greater good. I think Bethis would be having a real crisis of faith right now. Because of course he's going to want to go back home. He didn't finish training his assistant for the tourism cart, right? But at the same time, if something is, if there needs to be something done, and there is a powerful need for good, and as long as it is a good cause that he's helping, he would feel pretty strongly compelled to do that.
He flips his cane over the back of his hand, holds it, and thunks it back down. Boom continues to snore. That one is useless.
Where are you taking us?
Where I've always been taking you. Wherever you're needed.
Are we dead?
No.
Oh, good. Oh, I was really worried we were dead.
No. There wouldn't be this much drama if you were dead.
Oh, that's good.
No, typically. Really depends on what you believe in. You can eat. It is safe.
Walk-It is like mostly pastry crumbs at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is the significance of your sigil?
A broken gesture for a broken world. I can send you somewhere. Wherever it is you wish to go next. For that's what I've been doing this entire time. I brought you here, to this shattered land, to show you what can happen when people like you don't do what you do. And before I take you to the next place you're needed, I wanted to ascertain your intentions and desires. I ask you to state them again, because every place that you have gone, you have done well, and you have done Thunks Boom, who does not wait. Good, despite yourselves.
I want to help people. I want to help people who don't have the power to help themselves.
Understood. Noble. You.
Well, I was raised to be the power that enables those without power to protect themselves. That's the purpose of the Azuria Senate.
But what is your purpose?
I want to write some cool stuff.
I dare say.
He says, slinking into
Yeah.
his mic, as much as an elephant can.
Yeah. I dare say you'll have the correct material. And you, what knowledge are you going to bring back to your own shattered realm?
How to build a world that sustains lives that are about more than survival.
I wish I could have done the same here. And he gestures outside. The village that you saw is not ruins, but merely pebbles and stones that suggest where buildings would have been. The two floating islands that were out there are mostly crumbled, rooted with plants, trees on both. And the castle is the merest suggestion of a tower. And you find that you're actually moving away from that back to where you had arrived. So, shall we continue our travels?
Yes.
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 Good. We have one more stop. And all of you can ask one thing of me. One thing that I can send you to the next place with, and nothing more.
Why us?
Why not?
Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that was my one question.
I'm not a genie. I'm a god. I used to be, at least.
But you picked us, and surely we're not the only three capable people in the multiverse, universe, world? Oh.
Deep breaths.
But you picked us for a reason. You didn't pick us at random. Or did you pick us at random?
You were picked at random.
Oh.
It wasn't me precisely. I was attempting to enact my will as much as I possibly could to bring someone here that could help. Perhaps restore me to power, or to help to fix this blasted place. But I am not the thing that conveys you. I am merely a will that it picked up on, a challenge it accepted, as I gave it part of my power as a donation.
All for a good cause.
Oh.
Only a good cause. The rest, I'm afraid, is out of my control, but to a thing like that, mere child's play.
What? Oh.
So one boon you can ask of me before I send you on your way, and you must be quick about it.
Can we level up?
Yeah, actually, 3,000 XP would be good.
I don't understand what that means. Are you asking me for more power?
I want to know more.
Do you believe the breadth of your experience gives you the right to that power?
Yes.
then I shall help you on your way.
Thank you.
And you?
On my world, it is understood that that kind of power only comes from taking it from other things. Does that come from a vacuum here?
No. It comes from your own experience
Then
and feeling of worthiness, and I can help you make certain connections that you may otherwise have not.
Then I would take that.
You
I
don't
would
have-
accept it.
There you are. You don't have to take something which you already have. And you?
Can I have a book?
Of course.
A
What
book,
kind?
A book from this land.
The only thing that remains here are tragedies. Is this acceptable to you?
Yes.
Then I will give you one from my personal stores, which is the true history of this world. And perhaps one secret.
Thank you.
I am asking.
Oh,
Secrets are burdens. Sometimes.
I will take it, but Beppis is also going to write his address down on a piece of paper and give it to you. So you can come take it back if you need it back.
Would that I could leave. And he just very, like, sleight of hands, just out of nowhere, hands you what looks like a dusty binder, old and marked, full of notes and tabs and pencils sticking out of it, shards of charcoal, crudely drawn things.
Thank
The
you
true
very much.
history of this place. I've been here for so long, and to be able to share that with someone is freeing. And you can level up. So, are you all ready to go?
Yes.
Yes.
Boom goes, 1,000 gold! And falls right back asleep.
Yes.
Well then, that's good, because you are already on your way. And the white light takes you once again, and your consciousness fades. And that has been my session of D&B. So we definitely have one more day. I think we were planning on playing tomorrow. I think I had a... No, there was a note somewhere, right? Somebody had a note that they wanted to drop off to me?
I came back from
thought I
getting a
saw.
drink. I found this.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw you waving a thing. Do you want here, what is that? Does it have to do with this?
You need to see this.
Okay. All right. It says Alpha Flight. Hey, all right.
That's us. What does it say?
Join us tomorrow for the last session of D&B. And be sure to, when we get there, tell Dale. Oh.
Ah.
Natural 20!
Great session, Jacob.
Also, that was
Oh,
great
thank you.
timing on that
Yeah.
point.
Oh, and a second point. Wow. Victories all around.
That was amazing, Jacob.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's my absolute pleasure. I'm glad that you enjoyed it.
That was like, I love when my character, like there are times when my character is just like, And that's always fun in a D&D session where you're just like, oh no, I'm being forced to think about my character's existential existence.
I liked it very much. I hope everybody out there enjoyed it. I wasn't able to look at chat or anything to see how it was going. Yay, Dale tomorrow. Yay.
Did you not get it in time?
No, we did not get it in time.
Oh,
Get
no.
what
It
in
still
time?
counts.
It still counts.
Yeah.
It just timed out on the
The refresh.
yeah.
Oh, you still got the point. So
Yeah.
that's 2 points for this run. That's amazing.
Yeah, bud. Like, way to go. Way to be.